Dad, when we gonna be a family again?
A boy searching for a future.
I'd say when the Angels win the pennant.
And Williams and Norton collide, and the catch is blown.
A coach running from his past.
Are you cracking up, or is this a repeat of Cincinnati?
No, it's nothing like that.
And a team that's their only prayer.
There's a thing called talent. They don't have it.
God, if there is a God, maybe you could help him win a little. I'd really, really like a family.
Ben Williams makes a miraculous catch.
Holy cow!
How do you do that?
Two angels came out of the sky and they picked up Ben Williams.
Great. A psycho kid. Oh, please, don't bring me. No.
Just call me Al. No one can see me or hear me but you.
Do you believe in angels?
Yes!
It must have been those chili dogs I ate before the game.
Unbelievable.
You really do see something, don't you? Yeah! Make some kind of signal.
I'll go like that, okay? Here we go again.
That's the game.
You believe there's real angels?
I know it sounds crazy.
I'm relieving you of your management responsibilities.
Somewhere between losing hope
You can't go through life thinking everyone you meet will one day let you down.
and finding the courage.
You can call it angels.
I won't play for anyone but George Knox.
You can call it faith.
That goes for me, too.
You can call it whatever you like.
They gave the world something to believe in.
I got nothing left.
Got an angel with you right now.
Danny Glover, Tony Danza,
Even though you can't see us,
and Christopher Lloyd.
always watching.
Disney's Angels in the Outfield.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is a special kind of episode of Working Title Sports Show. It's interesting because I had two avenues to get friends as a kid. One was the nerdy side, which was Street Fighter and / Dragon Ball. That's how me and Eris became friends. And the other half was sports. Because my dad was played basketball, I was already into basketball like that. I knew stats. I loved baseball for a good minute, especially in the early 90s. And of course I watched football all my life. Whatever. I don't have that relationship with Eris. It sucks. It really does, actually.
we kind of had like a little something with sports going on when it came to the NCAA football games, and as well as like Madden during the PS2 and Xbox One original Xbox One era.
But here's the one thing that me and Eris do connect on with sports, and I'm glad you're back in the area because now it's gonna be you, me, and Chris. Nigga, you have come into a very interesting period of the Washington Wizards.
Oh yeah, you remember back when I was getting tickets to the Wizards game like almost weekly.
Yeah, the Wizard. Now Eris is a Wizards fan. There's any sport he follows, it's the Wizards. I will give you an example of how it feels for me. And Chris, did you watch Frasier did you ever watch Frasier, Chris?
Oh, of course. Come on now.
All right, you remember when Frasier and sometimes Niles would go to Seattle on Supersonic games?
Uh-huh.
They'll go to Sonics play. That's how it feels for me to see Eris at a Wizards game, because it's like, you don't understand how nerdy this nigga really is. So the fact that he loves the Wizards,
actually, I know this because
that's like an interesting character trait of Eris to me.
Actually, I do know this. You want to know why? Because last time I was around Eris at a Wizards game, was way back when good old Juan Dixon and Steve Blake was playing for the Wizards.
Yep.
Now, me and Eris, is like me, and to this day, and I always boast my nigga out there. Me and him were big, and still are big Gilbert Arenas fans. And I'm so glad. Hey, look, now, Eris, now they got the old head. There's an old head league out there called the Big Three League.
Big Three.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's called the Big Three. Now, what it is 3-on-3 basketball, and it's all like legends from the 2000s and 90s playing. And I say old head basketball, it's old head basketball. But it's entertaining. Gilbert Arenas was on TV when Ice Cube, who runs the league with Michael Rappaport, I'm not bullshitting you on that. They gave him a jersey, and Gil was like, I bet, but if I'm going to get in there, man, you gotta give me like Brendan Haywood.
He started naming off OG Wizards, and I was like, oh shit.
You gotta give me Jihad, man. You gotta give me. He's like, what do you say? You gotta give me God, the Ford nigga. He said, you gotta give me more. He said, you gotta give me Jameson, man. You know how I run, bro. No, it's just funny to hear that. Now,
I'll still never forget that. I think it might have been my third Wizards game I went to. I was sitting unfortunately in one of those spots, even though I was like down on the lower levels. I mean, way lower levels. I wasn't courtside or nothing like that, but I was at least like, like that first section that's close to the court, but it's like the last row. I was right there.
I
was in that. Yeah, I was in that section, but I was behind the backboard, unfortunately. However, it made it all worth it when I saw Caron Butler running down the court. The clock only had like less than 5 seconds. This man did probably the greatest Hail Mary half-court shot and sunk it.
Good old Caron Butler.
And I tell Eris that, everybody plays like now plays like they're playing 2K or NBA Live. He's like, what? Shooting threes? Oh, welcome to the NBA. Everybody has a 3-point shot, Eris. There's this big white boy named Jokic, plays for Denver. He is on his way for becoming a superstar. This motherfucker scored 50 points in the playoffs, and this nigga got a fucking 3-pointer that is sweet as fuck. He's 7 feet tall, nigga.
Wow.
Let me tell you something else. The fact that LeBron just got hurt this past season. His whole career, he's never gotten hurt until now. He finally got hurt. And let me tell you something. Like, you probably say, well, so who's the number one player? Kevin Durant, but he just got hurt.
Yep.
He's going to be out for a whole year. Now,
I saw that. I mean, speaking of Kevin getting hurt, I saw that meme, by the way, of whole boy. It was that God, what was it? It was that Enter the Dragon meme where I think it was Curry. Like, Curry got kicked in the chest, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I talked about that on the last episode. That shit was fucking hilarious.
Like, Curry got kicked in the chest, and then the picture that they got of Kevin Durant had me in tears.
They like, yo, man, the memes is crazy. But yeah, like I said, man, the NBA is still it's very entertaining, man. Especially, a lot of the young players, like a lot of the players you remember was rookies. They all like old now and shit. Like the Dwayne Wade just retired, so yeah, it's gonna be different. But anyway,
I do got a quick segue, which goes into our episode of the night. So while both of these guys know that I'm a huge Wizards fan, it came as quite a surprise to, I would say, D, when at the time, this was like super last minute. I was in between traveling, like doing my old travel job. I was like I'd be home for like 1 week and then I'd be in another state the next week and all that. And I come back home and my job hooked me up with tickets, and I had to go to I had to go down to a stadium, and I couldn't get a hold of anybody because this was like right around rush hour traffic, and I think both of y'all were busy. So I went to the Nationals game.
How'd you like
it?
I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was my first time at the stadium, and I enjoyed it. It was a good game, and Yeah, it was fun. I would like to go back and watch another Nationals game.
I'm about to go to probably one or two this year because the only problem is this: I got two kids, and I do not want to be out there when it's 90 degrees.
Oh, yeah, you might want to hold off and wait like another 2 weeks from now after this heat wave goes away.
I would like to do a night game, but yo, it's a bitch to get my kids home at night. We're coming home at like midnight and shit. I watch a baseball game.
First off, D, you're gonna have to take a page from MJ. Fuck them kids.
Yep.
Terrible, nigga. It's terrible. Man, God.
But
you don't know. Real talk. I worry. Real talk. I get home by 8:00 because I get home by like 9:30 and shit. Why you go back? I thought it was gonna be like nah. We had to come home. Why? What happened? Nationals getting their ass kicked. So anyway.
That was my little baseball story leading up to our episode today, which is gentlemen, this is y'all show. Take it away, please.
Angels in the Outfield. And this is a part of Three Black Geeks we do on all Disney movies. So let me just drop it for you, Chris. There's been a bunch of sports movies from Disney. All right. Mm-hmm. Miracle of the White Stallion. I don't know what that is. The Love Bug. That's sports.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Herbie and Monte Carlo and the races and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, all of them. Herbie Goes Bananas. All that shit. All that.
Invincible.
The movie called Gus, Tiger Town, The Mighty Ducks, Cool Runnings, which Three Black Geeks have done.
Yep.
Like I said, we're going to do The Mighty Ducks. I don't know if I'm going to do it during this whole month of Disney, but I probably will. We might do Mighty Ducks. The Big Green, which I'm really thinking about because that falls into soccer. That's the sport right now. Air Bud, I'm thinking about that.
First off, I have to pause this for a second here. You said Gus, and all of a sudden I had to think back like Gus. Oh shit, Don Knotts, son of a bitch.
Yo, for me, I remember this movie, and no, we're not going to do it because it's like I said, it goes into that long tradition in the mid '90s, probably even early '90s, to about the late 2000s, and that's like the mid 2000s. That's when Disney really started to get their shit right with their television shows. I saw this movie. We're not doing that shit. Hell no.
Hold on. Say that again because you cut out.
Remember the Titans?
Yeah, D, I need you to say all of that again because, dude, you got roboticized by Robotnik.
Okay. I said, but fuck it. It's all good. Angels in the Infield. Chris, did you even see that?
That's the one that came on Disney Channel, right?
That and it came out after Angels in the Outfield.
Yes, it did.
I've never seen it. I don't remember it. That looks like the great value version of the fucking Angels in the Outfield, to be honest.
This is topical. We might do it just because I'm an asshole. Of Snow Dogs.
You know what? Though, I'm gonna say this about Snow Dogs, and this might be a hot take here. That movie is not as bad as everybody fucking made it out to be.
Really?
It was not. Like, I remember, and maybe because that was like everybody taking pot shots at Cuba Gooding Jr. because he had just did Boat Trip, so maybe that's why everybody hated Snow Dogs. But I was like, Snow Dog wasn't that bad. Like, Cisco was fucking annoying in that movie, but that's about it. I mean, it was a typical Disney movie. Like, what did you want?
AD, can I make a very humble special request? It's not Disney. This is actually from 20th Century Fox, but you could see where people kind of make the mistake of getting these two movies mixed up because if I ain't mistaken, both of them came out around the same year. Rookie of the Year.
Yeah. But I thought Rookie of the Year was Disney. That's not Disney?
Nope. Rookie of the Year was Fox.
That was Fox.
Actually, hold on. Technically, today we can say it's Disney now.
Well, yeah, of course. Now they own it. It's like, oh, Rookie.
Own it.
Rookie of the Year is essentially like, if you look at the trailer for that movie, it's like it's almost a Disney movie, but not really. But whatever, If we ever, but Disney also did their own, since it's the 90s, their own version of Extreme with Brink.
I didn't like that shit. I remember that. Hell no. No, we're not touching that. Like I said, we'll get Rad and Airborne before we touch that shit. Glory Road, which I probably won't. I like how Cars 3 is not a sports movie.
It is NASCAR, sir. That's America's fucking race.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look,
I'm thinking of Cars. No, I'm thinking of Cars 2. I'm thinking of Cars 2.
Was just Monte Carlo, where I'm like, it was really just Larry the Cable Guy goes bananas, essentially. That's all the fuck it was. But, yeah, Cars, the first Cars was just a who's who of NASCAR people. It's like, oh, it's Dale Earnhardt Jr. Great.
Of course,
Richard Petty.
But anyway, today we're talking about Angels in the Outfield, a lovely movie that I was shocked when I got on, when I just looked up the movie on Google. I was shocked, and I was like, why is the Metacritic so low? Why is Rotten Tomatoes so low?
Oh, it was
like,
low.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Why does no one like this movie? I remember liking it. Now, I remember watching this as a kid, a lot for like one summer. And after that, I never watched it again. So, I don't know what to say, Chris. It's weird with this. This movie's weird.
Okay, so this movie comes to us from one William Deere. Now, I'm familiar with him because he did one of these movies that kind of, as a kid, it freaked me out a little bit because of the makeup and the makeup effects. Harry and the Hendersons. That is a movie that if you're a kid, you believe that Bigfoot exists.
Oh God! Now look at it. It's
now
like
it's just now you watch it now. It's just a goofy ass fucking movie and shit.
Yeah, it's like put some pants on him.
Then you look at but then you look at the movie that came out that he got done doing after that one, If Looks Could Kill.
Which that's a Richard Grieco movie, and shout outs to John Cross. He actually did a podcast on that. I love that movie. It's cheesy as shit.
Can I ask one quick question? Hey, excuse me, Mr. Deere. Who asked you to make a sequel? I'm sorry. Who asked you to direct the sequel to The Sandlot?
He needed the money, sir. He had to pay off some car notes. All right.
I mean, but he didn't. He didn't direct the first one though.
Doesn't matter. He needed the money.
Does it really matter? All you have to do is plug in one of the directors and boom, it works. Duh.
And I
but
mean,
the problem is that the first one didn't need a sequel.
But here's the thing. James Earl Jones came a-calling, and basically he was like, all right, I get to direct James Earl Jones. Dope.
It was even in the sequel.
Yes, he was. They sold, I remember the commercials. They sold that movie off of James Earl Jones is back in The Sandlot. I'm like, really, James? You're back? Could have been on Broadway.
No, see. First of all, there was Sandlot, Sandlot 2, and then there was Sandlot 3 Heading Home. Now, he's not in Sandlot 2.
No, third one he's not in. 2 he is in. My bad. Either which way, they try to sell that as a franchise, and I'm like, why? I don't know why you would do another Sandlot other than the name.
Because the first one was so good. That's all. Just because the first one was so good.
Yeah, but it is what it is. But Angels in the Outfield, you know what's funny about this movie too? It's a who's who of power stars. You got Mr. Adrian Brody, the Matthew McConaughey, Oscar-winning Matthew McConaughey. M. Bison himself, Neil McDonald. Joseph Gordon-Levitt, a.k.a. Not Robin.
Stoney Jackson. Bro, Stoney Jackson was in this.
Yep.
Oh, I'm saying, what the hell? And then some other characters you've seen, and they're like, wait a minute, you're from that TV show. Wait a minute, you're that old white guy I've seen in a bunch of other movies. Wait a minute, you're that other person I've seen those stars in this movie. And that's what hit you. Disney. I forgot, it's a Disney movie.
Disney.
Now, this is what This one had to be a part of a 2-picture deal for Danny Glover because he did this and Operation Dumbo Drop.
Which
I
still to this day look at Operation Dumbo Drop like, so Disney, who was the bad guy in that movie? Because I don't even know.
Yo, I never seen it.
Oh, I've seen it. I watched it only because I liked one Doug E. Doug. And I think that was his 2-picture deal with Disney, like Cool Runnings and an Operation Dumbo Drop.
I mean, dude,
I have to watch it.
How do you do that though? How do you go from Angels in the Outfield to Operation Dumbo Drop? I mean, I'm guessing he needed something something easy. No. I'm guessing he needed something to do that was easy and fun for him after doing that wonderful, very serious picture, Bo Pa.
I'm sorry. Operation Dumbo Drop seems like that was Disney writers in the back throwing darts at a board like, all right, we need a movie. Boom, elephants. Okay, who's it? What's it about? Military guys. And it's like, okay, I guess. Yeah, that's the same thing. But Angels in the Outfield, I don't know why I got a low Metacritic score in Rotten Tomatoes. Maybe people don't like fun. I don't know.
This movie was this movie's not terrible. It's just
Danny Glover. Danny Glover's character is a horrible fucking damn coach. Let me tell you that.
Everybody, I like how the movie starts off. You see Joseph Gordon-Levitt looking all young and happy, and you see like an old black woman on the side of the road that just touches him on the nose and be like, "You will forever be in Hollywood, baby," and just walked off. Yeah, but I like how he got there. He's a foster kid, and his dad was there. And his dad, I like how his dad was just sitting there smoking a cigarette, which, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, everybody smokes in this movie.
Tony Danza.
I was going to say sign of the 90s.
Yep. And his dad was smoking. He was like, "Yeah, son, so looks like I'm going to be going up north, man." So
First off, when somebody says they're going up north, I'm like, so you mean Canada? Is that what you mean? Or
I'm thinking like
Seattle, Washington?
Or I'm like, no, actually, when I hear going up north, I'm like, oh damn, you about to get locked up, man. Nigga, some jailer.
Does the dude go to fucking Canada, become an ice trucker or something? Is that what this is?
Like that's what it sounds like to me. Like his dad was going to do this shit that doesn't require him to have a kid. Now, yeah. They changed the storyline like halfway where it's like, okay, his mom died. Okay, so his dad just couldn't afford him and the state broke him up. And then it made it sound like the dad just dropped off, hey, he's a foster kid. I got like work and shit. like they really didn't really specify, but it was like, so dad, can we ever be a family again? And he was like, no, son.
When the Angels win the pennant.
And put on the helmet and drove off. Now, let me tell you something. People probably say, like, see, it was a miracle that it happened. Okay, look, this is where D has to be an asshole sports fan. What if your dad, let's just imagine, Chris, it's 1994, right? Mm-hmm. And your dad said, you say, like, so Dad, what can we be a family again? I don't know, son. By the way you're looking, when the Cincinnati Bengals win the Super Bowl.
So then that's when I take his word. Even though apparently as a kid I don't understand sarcasm, so I took what he said quite literal. And I wish that they win. And what happens? What happens out of nowhere? And it's not like it's not like the team all of a sudden gets these gets these power players. That gets transferred. They get traded into the team. No. We take a team that's ungodly terrible, and somehow they made it into the playoffs.
You know what it really is? You know what it really is, Chris? It's actually just good coaching. I'm only saying this for one reason.
It's good coaching. It's good coaching when they're backed by angels.
No. I was going to point this out. Note when the Angels only helped them, Chris, in any of these games, you notice that it was like straight up zeros. Now they only showed us
one zip.
it's like straight up zeros across the board. And I'm sitting there just real talk. Even if the Angels didn't help, these dudes are playing some great defense. The bullpen is pretty damn strong. And then I look at some of the hitting going on. That one nigga with the jerry curl, that motherfucker is your power hitter. You know, at least 90s power hitter, because that nigga ain't cranking a lot of home runs. But look, the point is this: he's one that he can get niggas on bases and all that shit. And I'm looking at it again. It's just being coached better. That's all it really is. Now, Eris, this is where I agree with you. Because of Angels, it took God to stop what he was doing to tell Angels, help out that sorry ass team down there for a little bit.
It's like, I'm gonna give you some time on Earth. You're gonna help out this horrible team just so we can help this white family get back together.
Well, yeah, I mean,
it's the crux of the movie.
So God, there's a starving kid in Peru that has been really asking you to help him. No. That cute little kid.
It's like, no, instead,
little kid from Los Angeles, that little black child beside him, needs to be given this miracle.
Instead of doing what they could have been doing, instead we have to take a child that's in obviously a very strong foster family, and once again back to his dad, who still can't afford to take care of him
because he owns a motorcycle. He's too cheap to get a goddamn car.
Also, in my opinion, much like Danny Glover's character in this, I'm like, you're a horrible person.
Yeah, but at least Danny Glover kept it real, playing. At least, he said talent. They ain't got it.
It's like, here's the thing with what really happened with Danny. What really happened with Danny was that he was a coach that was on the verge of just losing who he was. He had a good run in Cincinnati only because he played for that team and all that shit. Which I did like that little scene where he was going through his old memorabilia and he played for the Reds. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. Give us a backstory. But it looks like he just lost like a lot of the passion for the game because he lost so much, and to the point where he just stopped giving a shit. Because a lot of coaches, a lot of good coaches that start losing in baseball, and there's a bunch of them that go through the same process where they start off really, really good, and then like the first 4 years is awesome, and after that they just stink, and it's like, you're like, I can't motivate y'all no more. Y'all ain't got no talent. Y'all suck. Hey, Lewis, yeah, you're retarded. All right, like shit like that.
Well, I mean, the thing of it is too. And Disney had this habit of really going dark with their stuff, is that like George Knox, that's Danny Glover's character, and Mel Clark, that's Tony Danza, they have beef because Mel Clark was a pitcher, and if you're in baseball, you're pitching a lot, your shoulder, your arm tends to give out as you get older. That just happens. Yeah. And there's a little storyline where basically George was giving him pain pills to get over it, and it kind of hurt him a bit. It hurt Mel a bit to where he was basically on permanent injured reserve for like the longest time. Basically, he's collecting a check riding the bench, essentially. So
that shit happens, but at the same time, like, they did a lot to get around the word cocaine. Thank you for that.
I know. I mean, because at one point he was like, yeah, you shoved all those pills down my throat. I'm like, so it was more than just pills, wasn't it?
Yeah, I know it was, man. That's actually a true story for a lot of people. So I know not even a lot of people, but for some people, they just might come as a surprise about the drug use in baseball, especially during the 70s and 80s. Everybody did cocaine. Yeah. Everybody did cocaine in baseball. So just throwing that out there, yeah.
once, Eric said, the Angels start coming into play and stuff. They come into play to help Mel Clark basically be able to relive his golden years as a pitcher and stuff, to the point to where the fucking announcer, what's his face, J.O. Sanders, he's fucking pissed. Like, what the fuck is going on here? What is going on? How's this happening? How's McConaughey catching balls now? This doesn't make any sense.
I like how McConaughey just came out there like, he was like, Dan Glover was like, how'd you get that? And he was like, Well, first off, just felt like I was flying. You know what I'm saying? Just jumping in the air. It's just like one of the most important things. You just feel the wind beneath you, and just feel like the earth is just leaving you, man, and you just start gliding. And this time it was a little bit different, right? Because I had my arm out, and I couldn't see the ball, but it felt like somebody whispered in my ear, "Said you gonna get it, boy. You're gonna get it." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get it, baby." And pow, it hit me right in. I got it right there, man. If it was an angel, well, guess what? That angel, thank you. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus, Buddha, whatever it was. You know what I mean, man? That's how it happened.
I also drive Lincoln Town cars. They're great.
Oh, the cigarette in his hand.
Oh man, who knew even back in the 90s that this guy would win an Oscar?
I like the fact that I like the flex that happened for Adrian Brody because he went from this to wearing the Soho t-shirt. So,
and also he also again this is another Oscar nominated guy. He goes from the Soho shirt to The Pianist, just like that. Crazy, huh?
life is stupid.
And then, and then you get Neil McDonald, who just goes from this to that shit.
This motherfucker Neil McDonald in this movie, he's a pitcher and he's stupid.
He's goofy. You need every movie. You need a goofy guy, and he plays the goofy guy pretty well. So
he's that dumb good guy. Like he's like, this is so stupid. But even then, like I said, even the Angels are helping out here and there and all that shit, right? I'm like, the pitching is not that fucking bad on this team. They're probably a mid-level team. It's just that, God said, hey, go down to earth and cheat.
Well,
which is what the Angels are. Like the Angels for this team is God's game genie code for them.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's cheating. It's cheating. It's him. It's God taking the sliders all the way down to zero.
Well,
really.
Well, sir, let's be real about this too. Shout outs to Brenda Fricker. She comes in there as like, which is weird because I would say this. I thought for a second, I know I'm jumping ahead here. I thought she was just going to go ahead and adopt, JP and Homeboy at the end and not Danny Glover. But Danny Glover ends up becoming, instead of the white savior, the black savior that saves saves the kids and stuff. Which,
because, I mean, sweet.
I'm curious to see. I mean, they don't say it in the movie, but I'm like, is George Knox married? Question mark.
No, he ain't, man.
No, he's not. He's divorced.
Twice divorced.
No. Let's be real. Hold on. Let's be real. Judging by how much he can't stand his team, he divorced and lost.
He gotta give her half. It's like, son of a bitch.
Exactly.
Yeah,
he
George.
got a raw deal.
Hey, George, I got a question, man. So, I know you've been grumpy around the clubhouse. Let me tell you something about this bitch. We divorced 2 years ago, right? How the fuck am I still paying her alimony? How much you gotta pay? I gotta pay this bitch $25,000 a month. What exactly?
And you know what happened? You want to know something that happened? And the worst part about it is she made me quit my job being a cop all because I kept saying I was too old for this.
Ain't this about a bitch?
You know what do you understand the shit I go through on a daily basis, just having to give a part of my paycheck to a woman that'll stop sucking my dick 4 months into her marriage? You know how I gotta feel about that?
Shit got dark all of a sudden. It's like, whoa.
I'm sorry. Wow, I don't know where that line came from. Wow. But I was like, write that one down, D. That was awesome. I like that.
Right?
Wow.
No, D, right there. That's what I'm watching this in the commentary and I'm going, wait, Disney signed off on this?
I gotta say, can I say this though too? All right. So I'm fine with the Angels helping, right? But they also do some questionable things. Like, look, if you're going to sit there and make the pitcher of the opposite team flub on the pitch, maybe stopping the ball in the middle of the pitch is not the smart idea. Because at this point,
yo, that's amateur hour, man. If I was God, I'd be like, all right, time out. I'm gonna freeze everything. I'm gonna freeze the whole world like I'm fucking Zach off of Saved by the Bell. All right, time out. Bill, yeah, get off the baseball. I got a question. Yeah. So when you grab the baseball, right? You know that it stops and everybody can see it, right? I mean, yeah, but I'm slowing it down. You're not slowing it down. You're stopping its whole momentum. You're supposed to slow down. Like I almost was down, like a breath, a heavenly breath. I can blow it. Yes, you can fucking blow it. All right? You all right? This the shit I'm talking about. All right? I can only do this 3 times. I can only do this 3 times, Bill, and you already used one of them. So you know what that means, right? I'm on your shit. You're on my shit list, Bill. You already know it. Time in.
That, and then Christopher Lloyd being Christopher Lloyd as Al the Boss Angel and stuff,
I love how Christopher, how he's only in this movie for about a collective of 4 minutes tops.
You want to know why? You want to know why he's in? You want to know why he's in this movie for such a short time? It's because he had to spend an extra 8 minutes being in the Page Master that year.
Yep.
Wow.
It's like we need. That's to be honest, really, that's really just ADR. It's not like they're doing fucking mocap or anything.
I mean, for him, it was just.
he
played the. Yeah, you're right. It was mocap, and at the same time, he was playing the librarian in the other movie.
Yeah.
My man was busy that year.
Yeah, that is true.
Look, the whole thing with him and Kill Me was he just took the umpire's hat, American League, and just said, "My name is Al." I'm like, what if this was a National League? That was the first thing that happened in my mouth.
Well, I mean, this is based off the original movie.
You can call me now.
Because the original movie, this is the remake of, was based off of, the team was the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so this, and the funny thing is, and this, I don't think people really knew this, the reason why they use the Angels in this movie is because Disney had a stake in the Angels team.
Yep, I think they still do to this day. It's weird because they became the Anaheim Angels. They became the Anaheim Angels of Los Angeles. They became the Los Angeles Angels again. Then they became the Angels of Anaheim, like Anaheim Angels of California. Something else.
And yet they played at the Dodgers Stadium.
They've been not. I think now they have.
No, in the movie they played at the Dodger Stadium though.
Oh, that was a Dodger Stadium.
Yep.
It didn't look like it. That wasn't a new one. It wasn't the one. It wasn't the other one I'm thinking of. But whatever. But the thing is, that was that made the most sense. It was much like the Mighty Ducks.
Yeah.
They ended up with the name of Mighty Ducks and it made made the Anaheim Ducks or the Mighty Ducks. Yeah. So all of Anaheim is pretty much owned by Disney anyway. So
yeah, I mean
Orange County is Mickey's bitch.
Yeah. Now you know what's funny about this? So we got all this happening and stuff, and Al tells him, "Hey, I know you told George and told the kid, don't tell nobody else." The little black kid basically spills the beans to the sports announcer, like, "Yo, so my boy can actually see angels, and that's why he's been giving advice to the boss. So somehow the sports announcer wants to get George fired." I'm like, damn, dude, really? Like,
it didn't make any sense to me. It was a bit of a leap to me.
They had I guess that was the movie's way trying to put tension in it, but I'm like, that's the wrong way to put tension in it and shit. God damn.
It was like, are you going to deny angels are helping you? What? Like, here's my thing. Here's the fun part of all that. Are angels helping you win games? Yeah, they are. Are they cheating for you? Yeah, they are. Prove it.
Yeah.
Prove it. Prove it. Prove it. Can I control it? No. All right. So I think you need to, in real life, I think if a kid told a reporter that, the reporter would be like, right. Okay, kid. Thank you. Well, do you got a story? Nah. Let him go. Knox might be the right coach for this team.
Now, the funny thing is, though, I like how
Only in a Disney movie shit like that happens.
Yeah, now, here's the funny thing, too. So, we finally found out the reason why the Angels were helping out Mel is that because he's actually going to die soon of cancer because he's a chain smoker and stuff.
And that fucking anvil drops so freaking hard.
I mean, you saw the foreshadowing with him coughing up a goddamn lung early in the movie. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah, but then they kill.
Well, when you got an anvil drop that hard that can make Tyler Perry blush, why not?
Yo, because what really gets me about that one's like, yeah, he'll be hit, like he'll be dead, like yeah, he'll be with us in 6 months. What do you mean? All this, like,
he's gonna be one of us soon.
He'll be one of us soon. I'm sitting there like this, yo. Like, so let me get this shit straight. God will only intervene if somebody's about to die in a sport like that. Like what? What? Maryland should have won the national championship with Len Bias the year before. If that's
well, you know, clearly the following year they needed the ghost of Len Bias to help them cruise to a victory. You know, so you know.
No, that didn't happen till the championship game in 2001. Shane Battier, not Shane Battier, Jay Williams get his arm shot blocked by nothing.
It's like Lonnie Baxter with the block, and Lonnie Baxter is at the free throw line. What the hell?
Lonnie Baxter would just, well, all right, he takes the first one. He's been missing every shot. He makes that one perfectly. Lonnie Baxter, wait a minute, he did that with one hand and went in. Oh, this is amazing.
Did you like? That's the other thing. Did you guys also like how all the stuff that was happening because of the Angels' influence and no one is questioning it?
No, we don't.
I mean, like, you really don't. That's just like, hey, the Angels are getting lucky with these breaking balls that slow down from 90 miles per hour to, 8.
This physics and logic defying like feats that are happening in front of us.
But here's my thing that gets me. God will cheat for you until it's an important game.
Yeah, that's a rule of thumb.
I'm sitting there like, you know what, God, I agree with that. I agree with that. But actually, I got one question. This is just a really, really good question I got to ask. Okay, so if you only do that in big games, would you have to necessarily do that when the Angels were like, facing any team that was like the top team at the time? Or like, this is like a changing thing, or is this only like in a pennant race or with an important game? Because technically every playoff game at that point is important. So are they just fucked when the playoffs start? That's what it really is. They never go after the playoffs anyway, man. It's like,
they won the division pennant because that's all that matters, and that seals George.
That's all that matters was winning the pennant. And I'm sitting there like this. Your dad had a low bar, and that's how much confidence he had in the Angels. He set a low ass bar.
Well, D, let's be real. In that world, George Knox ends up getting a big contract negotiation after the Angels win the pennant. So clearly that's the bar that he had to clear in order to get in good with the owner, who was already like, I'm gonna get rid of this nigga. And then it's like, oh shit, he won us a fucking championship. All right, re-sign him.
Hey Chris, that's a nice thing, but 2 years later, George Knox will be actually a part of a big gambling ring that was going in baseball, like in the mid '90s. Man, he was just a part of that shit, and it's unfortunate because he had a chance to go to the Hall of Fame, and now he's probably never gonna go in. Man, this actually sucks.
Yeah, pretty unfortunate. But that's typical.
I got a question, Chris. Would I make dark shit like that?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Because no. The answer to that, because it's Disney and they deserve it.
Disney hits you with that knee jerk of just in the guts, because it's like, all right, this he's pitching, he's doing great, he's old and it's fine, he'll be able to retire on high, and he has cancer. Son of a bitch.
He just want to die. Like, yo, this movie had the nerve to make me not only like the Angels when I was a kid. I actually stuck with it. I like the Angels since then. Actually, seeing this movie, I I'm not an all-out fan of the Angels, but I always watch their games. When they're in the playoffs, I'll watch every game, that type of shit. You know what I mean?
Now, did you see?
They're like a secondary team for me.
Now, did you see the fucking college humor where they did the 30 for 30 on Angels in the Outfield, and they brought back the fucking little black kid, and he's like grown up and shit?
I've seen it, but I don't remember it though.
I fucking lost it. And he just came back and he started talking. I was like, dog, this is fucking hilarious. Oh my god.
I know I seen that shit once, and I haven't seen it since then though. That little kid didn't do nothing. He really didn't do nothing at this movie, man.
But yeah, I mean, when he grew up and stuff, he still looks the same. Everything. I was like, oh, okay.
Well, of course, Joseph Gordon-Levitt did. Like, he became a star. I think after this, his next real big role actually was Tommy in Dirt Ride for the Sun.
But you know what's funny, because Aris mentioned the whole thing with Christopher Lloyd. Christopher Lloyd was busy in '94. There was another movie I watched of his in theaters, Camp Nowhere.
Yep, I was just gonna mention that movie.
I never seen that.
Yeah, that's basically a who's who of '90s child stars that might, like, only maybe a quarter of them go on to actually doing great things, and the other ones just kind of disappear off in obscurity and shit. I think one of them was what the fuck was the name of that kid? He was part of that little group with Jonathan Taylor Thomas and them and shit. Fuck.
Well, whatever. That weird '90s brat pat that didn't pan out.
Jonathan Jackson. That's who the fuck that kid. Yeah, Jonathan Jackson. Yeah, him and Andrew Keegan. Those two. They were part of that little '90s brat pack with them and shit. And Jessica Alba. That group. Oh, and Katherine Heigl. That little small little nugget
was a
group.
part of that.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Also, also the other thing I can mention about Christopher Lloyd being so busy. Do you guess what movie he just got done doing right before this came out?
I'm gonna say Addams Family.
Yep, Addams Family Values.
That guy was a busy man in the '90s.
I thought it was the first one. Wow.
Okay. He finished the second one.
I thought Values came out in '95. Wow, I got that wrong then. Okay.
Yeah, he's a very busy guy. Very, very, very busy.
Yeah, great character actor. That happens, man.
Yeah, I mean, but the movie itself is just, you get why it got the way it is and stuff. But it's like, it was a lot of fucking talent in this movie and stuff. And to be honest,
yeah,
this was kind of like Tony Danza doing a string of family movies, because he did another movie. What was it? The Garbage with the field. Actually, it was based off of true story.
The field goal kicking.
Yeah.
The field goal kicking. It was a Disney movie also too.
Yeah, that was a Disney Channel original movie, I was
gonna say Disney was just pumping out movies during the '90s.
Yeah, I mean they that was their bread and butter. They threw out sports movies and the people ate them shits up. I mean, that's just what it is.
They were actually kind of fucking popular, man. Yeah. And like I said, and one of them that we're going to be going over, which is Remember the Titans, is not only one of my favorite ones, but you ask anybody that played football during that time when that movie came out, man.
First off, that was just like, I really feel that was the movie that Denzel just coasted through, and it was so good anyway. So it's like, all right, well, cool, That movie was just huge. I could watch that all day and stuff. Plus, really
good movies.
Yeah. Plus, I'm de facto Donald Faison #1 fan, so he was actually pretty.
I know you all there. Donald Faison, Wood Harris,
Ryan Gosling before he became all like crazy hot now and shit. Yeah, so
my sister liked him in that movie.
Yeah, he was very quiet in that movie. He wasn't like the show stealer yet. I think that was before The Notebook and it took off. So yeah, and Mr. Sunshine himself, So there you go. Oh yeah, I forgot Nicole Ari Parker. She's in that movie. It's like, hey, I forgot she was acting around this time. Yeah.
It was a decade.
So, yeah. But Angels in the Outfield. Crazy baseball movie.
Yeah. That's it, man. That's it.
Again, like another, I want to call it another harmless Disney film. Why does this movie have such bad ratings? I don't know.
I don't know. I can understand why it's low, but me, it's just harmless. I don't rate movies like that. I really don't, because there's harmless kid movies sometimes. But when you try to make art, that's when I do try to grade you. This is not art. This is just a sports movie.
Not just any sports movie, D. This is a summertime sports movie.
It really is, man. I think because it matches with baseball, summertime sport. You know what I mean? It matches with baseball. I think the only other well, you know what? I don't know what's the next sports movie I'll do, and I don't know what the next sports thing we can't talk about. So it might be a sports movie. It might be Big Green. I don't know what it would be. But anyway, I'd like to thank Eris for coming on the sports show. Now he has done every show on Three Black Geeks now. Good for you. You finally checked off all the marks, man.
Yes.
Grand champion.
My gold trophy on PSN just unlocked.
You finally got it, man.
Go fucking shine your shoebox.
It's a fucking shoebox. Ooh.
It's like, you motherfucker, keep him here. Keep him here.
It's like, see, you know what? No one doesn't tell you you've been away for a long time. I don't shine shoes anymore.
Oh Lord. Anyway, we see y'all folks later.
All right, peace out. Now
Done.